Okay, everybody, I think this is going to be an exciting video because this is where we're going to take the project to the next level by using something called Probuilder tools. Alright, so the first thing I want to start off by doing is going to our hierarchy over here, and we're going to open up the level object, just like that. And I want to select all of the children objects inside of the level. So don't select the level itself. Just select the first object within the level, then hold in Shift, and then select the last object. So now everything that's in your level should be selected. And like I mentioned previously, we were just using this as a temporary level. So let's press the delete key and just get rid of all that stuff. Alright. Now I want to keep the level object and keep the pickups and the hazard and the health and the player and the GUI manager and the game core. Keep all that stuff. I just wanted to get rid of everything that's inside of the level. Alright, so what we're going to do is go to Window up here, and we're going to open the Package Manager. Alright, now right here where it says Packages, it's set to In Project. We need to switch that to Unity Registry right there. Now we can scroll down, it's in alphabetical order. We're going to look for Probuilder. Probuilder, it's right there. We're going to press this install button right here. And that will just take a moment while it installs the Probuilder tools. Alright, so we'll just wait for that bar to finish loading. Okay, when that's finished, we're going to go up to where it says Tools and click there. Go to Probuilder and click on Probuilder window. That's going to open this little window right here. And we're going to go to New Shape, and specifically, we're going to click on this box with the plus sign in it. And that's going to open the Shape tool. Alright, so the Shape tool lets us create new shapes. We can choose stairs, cylinders, all sorts of different shapes, but for now, I'm going to stick to the cube, and I'm going to leave it 1 by 1 by 1. And you can see here, the shape is highlighted in blue. That's because we haven't pressed this build button yet. So for example, if I close the shape tool, the shape will go away. So we have to actually press the build button. So let's open the window again and press the build button. And now you can see the shape is there. Now you might notice that there are 4 buttons here. We're on object selection right now. That means that we can click on our object and move it around the level just like normal. The other buttons let us modify the object. So for example, we can use Vertex Selection right here and select one single vertex of the object and move it and create new shapes. Alright, this is the edge selection, and we can use that to select an edge and distort the shape that way. Or we can use the face selection. And this is actually a really good way to resize your objects that you create with the Probuilder tools. And I'll show you why that's the best way to do it, because if we use the transform scale tool right here and we scale just on the X, you'll see the texture on our object is stretching now. It's being horizontally stretched. And typically that's not something that you want. So if you are going to scale one of these objects, you want to make sure the scale is completely even. For example, I would set them all to 4. That way the texture stretches completely evenly and you won't get any distortion. So when you're working with Probuilder tools, if you're going to resize your object in only one axis, I would select a face like this and then just drag it as far as you need it. Now, one other thing I should mention is that if you hold in Control when you do this, you will get increments of 0.25, which helps you create more precise shapes. So you can see I can do one square or one cube at a time. And this texture is on here by default with the Probuilder tools, and it makes it really helpful, really easy for you to know how big your level objects are. Alright, so what I want to do with this now, I'm actually going to stretch it out quite a bit bigger. It doesn't have to be precise, but I want to make a new floor because we deleted our old floor, so let's just make a new one. And again, I'm just dragging the faces out just like that, and now we've got a large floor type object. I'm going to go back to Object Selection right here. That way we can move the entire object. And I want to set it to 0, 0, 0 for the position. I want it to be right in the center of my level. Now I'm going to go to my hierarchy right here, click on the player, and I want to make sure that the player is standing above the floor. So let's move him over here. Okay. Actually, I'll just set the player's position to 0. Let's move it more in the center. Yeah, right there. Okay. Just make sure he's standing over the floor so he doesn't fall off the level. And let's click our floor again. And we have to make sure that it's tagged as level. And make sure the layer is set to ground. Remember that anything that you want the player to be able to jump off of has to be set to ground. Okay? And also we're going to make it static because we don't plan on having the floor move. So make sure it's set to static. Now I'm going to grab my pickup items and just pull those up above the floor as well so I don't lose track of them. And I have lost track of the second one. So what do? We double click on it. There it is. So we focus on it. And I will put that over here above the floor. Same thing with the health pickup and the hazardous area. Everything is all together. I won't lose track of it. Next thing I want to do is create some walls. Now, we're going to do it differently this time. So I'm going to grab the face selection just like that. I'm going to grab this face right here. See this whole side of the floor. And over here in the Probuilder window, we're going to scroll down. Should be all the way towards the bottom right here. Extrude Faces. We're going to click on the box with the plus sign in it. It's going to open this window right here. I want to extrude this face by 1. Just 1 this time. Okay? And then press the button that says Extrude Faces. And see what that does is it pulls us out a whole new set of faces from this object. So you can see this face is separate now from the rest of the floor. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this face right here. I'm going to extrude faces again. Just like that. Press Extrude Faces. I only want to do 1. Now look. I've got the beginnings of a wall. And all I do now is drag this part up. Now I've got a wall. So basically the Probuilder tools are kind of like 3D modeling tools, like a very simple set of 3D modeling tools. And it allows you to create more complex shapes in Unity quickly and easily. So if I wanted to make a wall on this side, all I would do is grab the face right there, go to Extrude again, Press Extrude Faces. Now grab this face, Extrude Faces. Now this time I'm just going to press Extrude Faces, which does whatever the settings were last time we opened the window right here, which is just 1. You don't have to open the window every time. If you just press Extrude Faces, it just goes by whatever settings you had it previously set to. Okay? And anyways, we can go ahead and pull that up to the height of the other wall. And this is why I hold in Control whenever I pull the faces around, because now you can see I can make them even there. They're both lined up to the cube right there. So yeah, holding in Control whenever you pull the faces, it can be very useful. Again, you don't always have to do it. Depends on the situation. Depends on how precise you need things to be. But now we have one single cube object, and this is our floor and our walls, all on one cube instead of having to be 3 cubes like it was before. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag the cube object into the level object. That way it's inside our level, just like the other cubes were. And now we have a much more efficient way of designing our level with the Probuilder tools. So I want you to practice with that. Just get your floor set up, extrude out a couple of walls, and then in the next video we will get into some more stuff for the Probuilder tools. So I'll see you then.